one of the Masters of Fate communities. I wanted to share the creed with you right off the bat because it's not an external game, it's an internal game. And when we can change our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, it radically changes our results. And it all starts with the principles that we're installing into ourselves and as a community, and giving ourselves something we can rally behind. And this was birthed out of my own journey of going through 6 years of depression, thinking that somebody was going to come into my life and save me, to reading the poem Invictus, I master my fate, I'm captain of my soul, the final 2 lines, where it finally sparked something for me where I was like, wow, if I take radical responsibility for my life, I can create anything I want out of it. I set a goal to lose 20 pounds and quit drinking in 90 days. And I ended up doing that from one shift in principles and one shift in beliefs, right? From somebody's coming into my life and save me to, if I take radical responsibility for my life, I can create anything I want out of it. And that's where it all starts. I'm master my fate. I'm captain of my soul, right? And when you guys come to one of our events, you get these cool shirts right here where it's Masters of Fate shirt, boom. And then you have the whole creed on the back right here. So we do one every March and one every September, which are a lot of fun. And this is our creed, what we rally behind. And when we install these principles, it opens up so many new opportunities in our life. We feel our best, we think our best, we act our best, and we get our best results, right? So the very first one is, I play the long game because the short game bears fruits that I'm not satisfied with. Life isn't short. It's the longest thing we've ever done, the longest thing we ever will do. Any problems, any issues we think we have right now will not be a problem, an issue in a month typically, or a year, or a decade. Think about the long game. Have the long game in mind. 10 years out, where are you going to be? If you just take those consistent actions forward. If you just change your thoughts and you change your feelings today, where are you going to be at in 10 years, right? If you just consume this content material and show up to the calls and come to the events, where are you going to be at in 10 years? Not tomorrow, not next week, in 10 years, right? Because we play the long game, because short games don't bear the fruits that we're satisfied with, right? And next one is, I take radical responsibility for my life and the experiences others have of me. If we don't take responsibility for ourselves and everything that happens in our life, because we all know it's just a mirror, an external reflection of our internal. So let's take responsibility for everything in our life and experiences others have of us. Because we don't have control over their reaction, but we do have control over our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own words, our own actions, right? So let's take responsibility and let's take the control back, right? Cool. Then the next one is, I go against the grain, understanding society, but never accepting it. We all know in this world there's fucked up shit going on, right? But we don't let it weigh us down. We don't consume the news and just be installed into this machine. We create our own machine. We create the impact we want to see in the world. We make the change first and change society from there. We don't accept it. We change ourselves, and then we can change society, right? Cool. Number 4, I define my core values and I live them out each and every single day. Our core values are our dharma. They are unique to us. What do we care about, right? What do we care about? Because when we know our values, we know our purpose. And when we know our purpose, we know why we're here, right? And we live them out each and every day. My top 5 lifestyle values are community, connection, philosophizing, travel, and family. So I built my business around that. I get to connect deeply with you guys. I built a community. I get to think deeply about subjects and create systems out of them. I get to travel wherever, whenever I want. I get to build my future family, right? I get to live those out each and every day. Cool. And then I know to change the world, I must change myself first. especially if you're in coaching, if you're in agency. We're always giving advice, but have we actually done it first? Right? And we can get stuck in this trap and this ego and become somebody that isn't truly us, right? I did this back in Tribe of Buyers. I was giving so much advice, and then I was like, who am I? Right? Because I hadn't made the change myself. So we must change ourselves first before we can change the world, right? This is huge. Number 6, I see my fear, but I take action towards my vision anyways. We're going to have fear. Being fearless is seeing our fear, but still taking the action, still moving towards our vision. Fear is a natural thing of being human. If we're fearful of something, usually that is the path. Oh, it's scary to make that post. Oh, it's scary to have that conversation. Oh, it's scary to open up and talk to these new people. But usually that's the path, right? The only way out is through. The only way out of our fear is through it, right? And then number 7, I build businesses to make a positive impact to myself, my family, and the world. It's not just about us. It's that positive impact to the ecosystem, right? And really thinking, what is my vision for my life? And what is my vision for the business? And what is my vision of the impact that the business will have, right? One of ours is helping people move up Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So that's why we go to Mexico and build a house every single year to help that family get out of safety needs and move up to the next level, right? Something you can think about there. Number 8, I lift my brothers up because a rising tide lifts all ships. Don't think, what can this program do for me? Think about what you can do for this program, right? How can I lift others up? How can I share my wins to inspire others, no matter how big, how small? That's what I did in Scott Olford's program. And I was sharing my wins constantly, sharing my Facebook group advice on how I was doing X, Y, and Z. And then I hired 3 people from that mastermind. And I formed lifelong connections. I just got a text from Sam Skelly on my phone, who runs Pause Breathwork. And I met her in that mastermind. But if I didn't show up in that way, I was thinking, why aren't they giving it to me? Why aren't they giving me all this stuff? Where the delivery wasn't phenomenal. But I kept showing up to form those connections. Oftentimes, it's just one person in our life that can change how we think, how we operate, all of that stuff, right? And there's still JVs that come from that mastermind, because I was looking to lift the tide, lift all ships, right? Cool. 9, one of the most important ones, because Albert Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem in the same energy that it's created. So the first thing that we need to do to shift, to change our identity, to change our thoughts, right, is to shift and change our energy, right? So I strengthen my body, or I challenge my body to strengthen it. I question my mind to expand it, and I soften my heart to feel it. When we're strengthening our body, we're tapping into our physical energy, shifting, changing our physical energy. When we're questioning our mind and not seeing everything, we don't see life as it is, we see life as we are, right? So when we question our mind, be like, is this really true? What am I not seeing, right? Then we can expand possibilities in our life. And one of the most important ones here, I soften my heart to feel it. We're not living life if we're living life like this. It's so rigid. What if we just loosen? What if we hear the birds? What if we tap into the moment? What if we soften our heart and open it up, right? So I challenge my body to strengthen it, work out every single day, right? I question my mind to expand it, journal. Think of those deep questions. The quality of our questions determine the quality of our life, right? And I soften my heart to feel it. Feel, do breath work, meditation, boom, feel into the moment, right? And then last but not least, I choose love over fear always. We have one decision in every moment. This comes from Jim Carrey. We can either choose love or we can choose fear. It simplifies life. Am I choosing love in this moment, or am I choosing fear? because we can see our fear and choose love every single moment. Amazing. So that is the Masters of Fate Creed. That's what we rally behind. And that is going to help you implement these things and change your life. Thanks so much. See you in the next one.